live in 2 seconds here. I hate this waiting, like this couple of seconds. We don't know, and we are live now, but it doesn't show right away, man. I hate it. So, guys, welcome to another Monday here in Operation 11 Charlie, hanging out here with the O11C crew. Special guest tonight, we got Oscar Ramirez from ASD and Redcat, brother. Welcome in, brother.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for having me, man. It's actually Oscar Ramirez. The Z is silent. I'm not Mexican. I'm French, just so you guys know.
What the hell? No,
hey,
you're here. It's Oscar Ramirez.
It's Oscar.
Oscar Ramirez.
No, but as always, guys, I appreciate you guys always making time for me, and just being able to hang out with you guys is always a blessing in itself. So thank you guys for having me. And man, I'm just grateful to be here.
Awesome, brother. Yeah, we'll be talking to Oscar tonight. First, I just want to welcome everybody here in the chat. Thank you for stopping by. Let me see here real quick. Want to make sure to mention everybody. See William Payne, welcome in. Vince Vargas, good to see you, my brother. Eric RC Patina in the house. Robert Maurice, Moon over Miami. Roy, Unknown RC. Eric, welcome, guys. Thank you for stopping by. Really appreciate it. JDSRC, welcome, bro. So, man, this weekend, I know you guys. I see Dennis did something this weekend. We're gonna talk to them in a minute. So, I think he did it. He did it on purpose because of this show, Oscar. So he did it for you, homie.
I saw that, man. I saw he's rocking the Ascent over there, man. So, you know, what's funny is he actually did the exact same thing I did. He put a nice little hole right between the R and the D, right?
Yep. 1/8 drill bit.
Yep. What I actually did the exact same thing to mine, but I ended up using the Reese RC Fairlead, and I just dremeled a little bit around the two edges, and it fit just perfect with some 1.5s.
That's something.
Yeah, and I was able to hog out the hole a little bit more, like an oval. I just use a tiny little Dremel bit, but dude, perfect spot for that. That's awesome.
I put 3mm shims underneath the servo winch to bring it up so the spool sits center with winch line.
Exactly. What servo winch are you running?
The NSDRC RS400 Low Pro.
Nice. Yep. So very similar to the 299 LP servo winch that Reefs offers. Yep. I had to do the same thing. I ordered a couple, I think like 10 mil spacers, and I put one on each peg just so that I can lift up so that the spool didn't hit the panhard bar, if I'm not mistaken, right?
It just touched it.
Yep. Exactly. So, dude, awesome ride, man. How do you like it so far?
So far, I'm loving it.
That's awesome. You know, it's kind of a great time to be in RC because there you go. Did you already do the 20% over?
I haven't done any of it yet.
So he has some questions. He has a couple of questions for later on.
And I'm going to say that yesterday Dennis had a chance to drive it in where we were practicing, like where we're going to do some comps this winter.
Yeah.
He drove it a little bit and he's like, I don't want to scratch it up yet. I can't scratch it up yet.
So what you're saying is we're gonna have to get him another body so that he can keep a show body and then have a a running body.
This body's got something coming for it.
Oh, there you go. You know, I'm actually really happy with the choice that they did on that body. You know, when the guys in engineering were working on it and they had a lot of bodies that they wanted to do, and I said, guys, for me, like, you know, being in the crawling scene, like I actually like the Kaiju body a lot. Like, you know, and the team, you know, said, well, we were thinking that. And I was like, no way. So yeah, they took the Kaiju body, redid it, and stretched and manipulated and massaged it into what you see today. And I like it. It's not your normal, you know, K5, your Jeep, your Toyota, you know, it's got its own flair. I dig it for sure.
I wonder, because I saw somebody somewhere mention on social media that the older body, Kaiju body, has already some 3D printed files. Like,
RC Girl Yeah, RC Girl was saying that there was
RC
already
Girl.
some
Yeah.
3D printed parts for the kaiju body, but you're going to notice that that body is not going to be the exact size as the
Size,
kaiju body.
There you
So
go.
if you do spend the time to print one, you know, double check your sizes, right? And
Yeah.
you might have to manipulate it a little bit and skew it to make
Yeah.
work. But I'm eager to see, you know, people just do some things to it. I would love to see an old school like a Datsun 510 pickup truck
Oh, right.
front end, you know,
Yeah.
which is what I really dug about that front end and the way it looks, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. You're right. You're
I
right.
have the two-piece blue one,
The blue one.
but mine is just completely different. I almost kind of wish I brought it home with me today. I'm running a Hobby Wing Fusion Pro system in it, with a 777 Reefs servo
Nice.
and a 299 LP servo winch on it.
Oh, sweet.
So it definitely something just different right out of the gate. And mine is completely stripped down. MIP actually, while I was at Proline by the Fire, sized it up and got me fitted with some MIP drive shafts on it. They're actually going to be offering those drive shafts here pretty shortly for that. So anyone that has one, you know, definitely check that out. We sent them an set because they're starting a new program called the Build Your Own set.
Yes.
So that you can order your drive lines to your specification and your needs and build them up. So like, I thought it was just a great, you know, humbling experience to be able to send them one so they can use the Ascent as, you know, the basis to start this program for them.
And then a huge shout out to MIP, man. The good people use this and
Yes,
out there, bro. They're one of our newest sponsors and always willing to help our veterans, man. And I love it. They are very man. If they did it out there, Program by the Fire, they did it right, man. Because they will not stop. Used to this like he will not stop until
all day.
It is right, bro.
Oh yeah, dude. You know, they even shimmed it, you know, for me. They're like, you know, he busts out the micrometer and he's like, oh, we got a little bit too much play. Let's shim it a little bit. And I'm like, what's funny is, and you know, being you guys that watch and are really big into working on your own RCs, you know that like to allow someone else to work on your stuff feels just foreign, right? Your truck breaks down. What do? You reach into your carry-all bag or you reach into your bag in general, grab some tools and you start wrenching away because that's part of the hobby. So I felt so like weird. Like I was lending someone my my personal truck. Like, here's the keys to my truck. You got this, bro. You got this. You know, of course it's Eustace. He's got it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
So where we were at, where Dennis got his truck, Country Junction Hobbies here in Albany, Ohio. Well, it's in Albany, Ohio. I'm not there. He put a Holmes V3 1800 revolver.
Oh, nice.
Sweet.
The Fury Tech Python Pro. The Holmes, I think it was the 5 or 800 LP.
Okay. Yeah.
And he put that thing on 4S.
Right.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, if you slap that 20% underdrive,
he had the 20% in it, didn't he, Dennis? Didn't Darren have the 20% in it?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a beast, man. Turn radius gets so much tighter, you know, once you do that. I had mine at Proline by the Fire, and on purpose, I ran it stock. All I did was swap out my wheels, and I was rocking some CNC custom wheels, so a little bit more heavy mass aluminum. I was running some Hyrax XLs with some single stage foams in the rear from Crawler Innovations and dual stages for the front.
On the front.
Dude, it was just a beast of a ride out there. Everything I threw at it handled very well. And I left it stock on purpose to really kind of run it through its paces and see what I can do. I did end up breaking one thing. It was a lower link, the rod end. But I mean, the stuff I was doing with it I was wedging the crap out of those tires between the rocks, and I had that bad boy pumped out to 7.4, so I was getting a full 35 kg out of that servo, which is close to about 486, 490 ounces of torque, which is very respectful for that servo. But you know, once I got back home, I put that bad boy on a diet. I took everything that off of it that didn't need to be on it. I'm only running the cab right now. I'm making a faux bed that I'm 3D printing for it right now. In fact, it's printing right here next to me, so that I can try to size it up and see if I can make it work. And yeah, man, I'm eager. I'm definitely going to play with the suspension a little bit more. I used to be a pretty big fan of the internal spring rod back in the day, but what people don't understand is whenever you build a truck, that's an RTR or use your own truck, you're going to find that your suspension setups are going to vary depending on your driving style. So I like 80 mil, 85 mil shocks with no oil in them. That's how I run, you know what I'm saying? And if I do run something, I'll run 45, 50 weight oil in the rear and let the front just slop, you know, let it droop. And then I have other trucks where I will run, 35 weight in the front, 40 in the rear, and just stiffen up the rear suspension a little bit and keep the front soft. It just depends on the weight of the truck for me and what I'm using it for, right? So, a lot of people, I think they're going to find their happy medium as they play with it some more.
Bro.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask, was the internal springs. Have you pulled them yet?
Yeah. So, they came with the kind of like that Drive Tech Deluxe style shock, right? On it that we've kind of been seeing people build for years, before they became even more popular in the recent years. Back in the day, we were building them out of Traxxas shocks with mini T springs, and we would on purposely buy the nitrate shafts, the gold shafts, because they were buttery smooth compared to the silver ones, the nickel plated ones. And so back in the day, we used to literally take a clicker pen and take the little internal spring, and as long as it fit over the shaft, we would put that on the inside to help with the rebound, to help suck the front down. A lot of times now what I do is I just wrap my winch cable underneath the axle, and I suck down. It just depends on what you're doing. I have a couple of different rigs set up differently, but I am thinking about I have a full Interceptor chassis from Rock Pirates. I'm thinking about playing around and doing a full swap and just being the first one to do it,
We got to talk to Steve to make that happen.
Oh, dude, I got it, man. When I met him at Pro by the Fire, dude, I was like, just take my card, bro. Just do you take EBT, food stamps? Like, what do I got to do? You guys, I'll wash your RV. You know what I'm saying? If I can just get you don't even have to give me a discount. You know what I'm saying? Give me a plus 25%. I just want to be part of the cool kids.
They're good people, man. Good people.
Really good folks. Absolutely.
Real quick, it's here as RC Patina says, Operation I have the blue accent. Jason from JJ Custom and I are going to upgrade with the Spec Tech all around. So awesome, Eric.
Spec Tech, very nice, bro.
Real quick, welcome Kurt Thompson RC. Let me see here. I wouldn't miss anybody. Jerome, our brothers from Canada, welcome in, brother. RC Remedy. If I miss anybody, Tony Palmieri, welcome, guys. Thank you for stopping by. I think I saw Jay Martins as well. John, Defender Custom, thank you, brother. Thank you for being here, bro. Appreciate you guys. Awesome. Man, so I did something too this week. Well, I haven't got that. I think that's gonna be my Christmas present, the accent. But I got usually you should start your whatever. Get your beat locks right before you get something. So I got those. I love the wide rims, how they look on the accent. So I went and got the SSD wheels, white. I found them on eBay. The last set, man. So I ordered them. It's the white with the black rim on it. So I guess I need to get the accent now.
Yeah, you know who else I like that makes us super wides. I haven't played with them very much, but the build your own wheels from
Boom Racing.
Boom Racing. I really like the way theirs come out. I haven't played with them yet. I'm still old school when it comes to wheels because I stocked up on so many custom CNCs over the years.
So they have the white ones? Do they have the white ones?
They have. I've seen some where the barrel is polished or like burnt titanium looking, and the center is white.
That's what's on Dennis's truck right there.
Yeah, these are the Boom Racing Pro builds right here.
I love them. I love those.
They're the 30 mil.
The deep dish ones, right?
Yeah, they're pretty deep.
Absolutely, yeah. Back in the day, we didn't have a lot of options to make them deep dish. So we were buying wagon wheels from RC four-wheel drive and flipping them in reverse so that you can get a little bit of a dish. You know, I'm dating myself a little bit, but yeah, they were horrible in holding the wheel on, the tire on. But you know, like
And
yeah,
they're
add a little
horrible
bit
to
of,
put together.
add a little bit of glue. You know, no one cares.
I hate, bro. Love them, love RC four-wheel drive, you know, good one of our fun. But those wheels, I can't, bro. I can't do
Dude, they're hard to
They're so
assemble.
hard to put together.
they
Yeah.
are, bro.
And what's funny is there's a couple guys out there that like on Thingiverse, they'll sell a jig that you can put it in to help with them on. I've gotten to a
Ramp
point
it.
now where like I can do them with my eyes closed now, but I mean, it's when you're putting it on, I massage the rubber and I keep spinning it around to get the lip to pop out a little bit. And because if not, it'll sandwich it. And it's yeah. But that was it. That's all we had back in the day, you know, until, you know, people like CNC Custom Wheels, Vision RC, you know, all these other
Yep.
CNC makers of wheels started coming out with some really
Right.
you know, amazing things, you know. Have a set of CNCs that are I think like 2-inch wide. They're super deep dish. And I use them mostly to mock up on different builds. But same thing, you know, I stretch some 1.9s on it just to get that look, you know. They don't work that great, but they look great.
CMC here, One Lacus RC. Russell, welcome, brother. Thank you for stopping by. G Carter, welcoming. Reckless Remote Control. Thank you guys for stopping by. Thank you so much, man. What my goodness. What else, guys? Oh, actually, before we go back, shout out to our guys. We have some of our guys in that event in Holland Crow in Cherokee Village in Alabama. They had an amazing time. Scale Robert still traveling back. So Remote Control is there on the chat. They had a blast. Huge shout out to our brothers from the Georgia Rock Zombies, you know, for those amazing events they do up there, man. So they had a blast. That's a sick location, guys. You guys want to plan to go into an event? They got some sick crawling out there. It's right there in Cherokee Village.
That sounds like a spot we're gonna have to check out for sure. You know?
Yeah, bro. Beautiful area up there in the mountains.
Yeah, another good spot. If you guys ever make it out to the Bay Area, Rock City.
Bro,
Have you been?
that's the first time I went to Cali.
Was that your spot that you stopped at?
Bro, shout out to Highway 1, Chris and
Chris,
Jason, JJ Custom. They flew me there, and we had a couple induction ceremonies. They did a special event for us there, and we did a couple induction ceremonies down there in Rock City.
Yeah,
bro, that's so sick crawling down there.
Right, that is where ASD Crawlers was born on that location. Yeah, we've been using that location since maybe 2013 or so, and it's always been our home. Anytime I'm in town, I got to stop and just get a couple, you know, even if it's 20-30 minute session in. I can't tell you how many times we'll go up there middle of November and we're, you know, bundled up crawling, and all of a sudden it just dumps snow on us up there because you're at that altitude, and you're like a kid in a candy store, you know. You know, it's
some crazy lines down there, bro.
Oh yeah. And in that rock, it's just there's something very sticky and loose about that rock.
The rock, yeah.
And it will put you on your butt if you're not careful, you know.
Exactly. Bro, me first time in Cali. I don't know the last time I was, you know, I'm being retired from the military for a minute, haven't been in the mountain for a minute. And bro, it took me a minute following these guys and those crazy lines that were going up and down through those trails.
Oh yeah,
up the mountain, bro. And then I see people jumping and running I'm like holding to everything.
Oh yeah. Oh dude, the great thing is when we're out there, we used to always joke around like, you got to have a buddy if you're going to be crawling out there. I was like, you know, you're gonna be like, where's your buddy? I'm falling, you know, like you gotta have someone watch, have your six, you know what I'm saying, and make sure you're not gonna fall. And what's funny is when I used to go there with Brandon all the time, man, I can't tell you how many times, because I'll go up and just start crawling these crazy lines.
Yes.
And I'm holding this position like a billy goat, like my foot on one rock, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when it's wet up there, you know, there's like this moss that kind of grows on stuff, and it's slick. so many times I've almost fallen, and Brandon would end up catching me and making sure I don't fall on my butt. But yeah, it's I got a video of me wedged between some rocks trying to get a perfect picture, and I'm thinking like I'm 20 feet in the air. I'm like holding on for dear life, and I'm like in between two rocks, and he's filming me. He goes, "This is we go to a wild sighting of the wild Oscar in his natural habitat." I go, he literally thinks he's like 8 feet off the ground, and you can see me. He go to my feet, and then like half a foot down is the ground. I'm like, oh, dude. So yeah, great locations, man. I think one of the amazing things about I think crawling scene is being able to find people that love the hobby and have their spots, whether you're in beautiful areas in Arizona or Utah or Florida. What I'm saying?
Improvise. Here we have to improvise.
Yeah, a lot more improvisation, but at the same time, it's the culture, right? And it's the livelihood of being with your buddies and enjoying it. And I love playing follow the leader. So when we're out crawling, let someone lead until he can't make that line. And it's like, oh, get out of my way, bro. Get out of my way. My turn, and you fail, then then your buddy goes, and it's just and at the end of the day, no one's really keeping count how many times you whooped on someone. But let's just say that at the end of the day, when you go get lunch, you're like, yo, I kind of whooped your butt, so lunch is on you, right?
That's what's up. Let me see here. I've seen here Reckless, Remote Control, Adam, Dean, and Elio are doing some events next year again, I heard. Oh, definitely, man. They do. I think they did something. Helio and Adam, they did something a couple of weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken. Right? I know they did something up there. Robert Oswald, he's one of our veterans. He's a future inductee, Dennis. I think he's asking about the anchor. So he don't know about that. You can show real quick, Dennis. You explain to him what is that. He's new to the hobby.
This land anchor here, when I was doing comping, this is actually from NS Fabworks. A guy named Steve Cherish, he's local here in Ohio. He makes these, they're all out of titanium. And trust me, they're sharp. If you're out on a trail and you find a tree root, you can stick it in or put your foot on it. It's not coming out. But
that's a meaty looking hook right there, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Show him the front where it comes out from, so he will know.
He sells them for $12.
Nice.
Yeah, just drilled a little 1/8 hole in the bumper over here.
Yeah.
Ran my winch line through it.
And what's really cool is on the inside behind that bumper, I know you notice it's kind of like a half tube, like milled in the molded in the plastic.
Yes.
And it's like perfect for that winch line to just travel through without grabbing or on anything.
See, and there's a spot for 2 screws. Is there an aftermarket piece that's going to go there to run your winch line out?
So not at this time. So like I mentioned before, the whole little red area, I cut mine out so that I can run a fairlead through it. But obviously, the plate it comes with a plate where the ESC normally goes.
Yeah.
There it is.
This spot right here, because we see that it's kind of rounded out there.
Yep.
And we figured that, that was where your winch line goes, but there might have been something in the bag to put over that to keep the winch line from falling down. And
nothing that's come up in the engineering talks has anything specific for that there. But looking at that, it would be something so easy to design in 3D print and offer a file so people can just print and put them in just to keep it from slopping, when it gets loose,
right.
That'd be really cool, man.
And guys here on the chat, feel free, any question that you may have for Oscar, feel free. Jerome, he says, I'm all about winter crawling. It is hard thing to convince people to go out there in the cold north. Yeah, he's up in Canada, so they're getting ready for that cold crawling down there.
Oh, dude. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the one down thing for, you know, crawling in the snowy time is, you know, not being able to feel your fingers, you know,
Yeah. Oh,
to
yeah.
steer and throttle very well.
Oh, yeah.
And man, those lipos, man, they don't like that cold, you know.
Yeah.
Your run times drop dramatically.
Dramatically. Vince Farkas says RC Review France. He said he did some good videos on the accent.
He
Local
he
guy here in the Bay Area.
he did, man. Francis Calibo, RC Review on YouTube, man. He did a really great series comparing not just the truck by itself in his review, but kind of comparing to like, hey, you know, I spent $1,000 on this rig and I have a tally of like 500 on this one. And he's now comparing his two rigs to kind of show you, you know, his viewers the benefit of a sub $300 truck like this. You know, we've been talking quite a bit, you know, for a lot of various projects that we're working on. This one was one that we were anticipating for quite some time, something that took about maybe a little bit over a year and a half of working on. And it was an awesome, fun project to just kind of watch it grow. One of the benefits of working where I work is like every new product that comes out, I look at it like it's my baby. Although I didn't create it, I didn't, you know, design it. You know, the engineers, it's really their baby, but it's really nice seeing it grow from a baby idea into bringing it to fruition to a product. And then I get my hands on it and I can start filming video and filming, you know, taking pictures for the websites and everything. And then taking it on to, you know, to offer it to people's hands. It's kind of an awesome circle of life, you know, with these things.
And real quick, I think we should have started like this. I love Oscar, man. I love Oscar, bro. He's the right person for this show. It makes it easier for us. Like we were talking backstage. The only thing we're gonna say, he got that sexy voice, right? That radio. Oscar, bro, for the people that know you, man, people should know about you. Just a little bit introduction of Oscar Ramirez. Oscar Ramirez, coño.
Oscar Ramirez.
There you go, bro.
Put some respect on my name.
There you go, bro. Oscar Ramirez, you know, and what you do, ASD and record, all that stuff.
I appreciate it, man. So yeah, my name is Oscar Ramirez, and I was born and raised in East Oakland. I grew up in my mother's womb thinking about RCs from a very young age. I'm just kidding. No, you know, I'm, you know, the janitor for ASD Crawlers. I pretty much just play cleanup for all of the, you know, drama that happens. But no, in all reality, I've been in the hobby for, you know, many years since I was a kid. Like a lot of us, I dropped the hobby to get a real job and get a career going. I worked for General Motors for, you know, 15 years, running a service department and having 17 technicians and 6 service advisors underneath me. Wow. That I, you know, thankfully was able to mold into amazing, you know, people in the field over the years. And the RC hobby was always my hobby. And when I started getting back into it as my children were growing, I would find that my oldest son was diagnosed with autism. And so he took a liking to RCs, and I took him to a local gathering, and it was really hard for him to be around that many people. And a lot of people were kind of standoffish towards myself and my son because my son had his tics, he had his quirks, and I didn't really feel accepted from at that time. So I decided to create a group called ASD Crawlers RC. And my best friend, my brother Brandon, who you know, God rest his soul and may he rest in peace, he you know, was a big driving force of support to do this. And him and I founded this group that would support families that have children on the spectrum of autism, to give them a safe zone where they can come out in a very open, non-judgmental environment with calm, peace, and serenity and support for one another, so that they can enjoy the hobby, you know. And we did that for, you know, a few years, a year and a half. And eventually we would, you know, get the idea to create the Autism Awareness Crawl, which we just wrapped up our 7th year. And I've been very fortunate in the hobby to grow within it and do a lot of work with Axial in previous years when it comes to working on their trails for Axial Fest. from early on 2015, 16, and 17, but right before they transferred over to, out of Cisco Grove.
Yeah.
And just kind of loved taking pictures of RCs, and that was my hobby, is to take pictures of RCs out in the wild. And eventually I would, the doorbell would ring, and I was offered to move from the Bay Area to Arizona and work with Redcat. And they had just started launching their RC lowrider scene, right? So I've been with Redcat now for coming up on 3 years. Wow, holy cow.
3 years.
Geez, it does not feel like it's been 3 years, but wow. Yeah. January would be actually December 28th would be my third year with Redcat. They being with them, I started picking up a professional camera, started doing my own videography. So all the videos that you see from Redcat, whether it's the RDS drift car, which was, in my opinion, a compilation of tribute to Ken Block, because he had recently passed away when we dropped that video. The Ascent, a couple other videos before that as well. They've all been my labor of love, and I bring that Bay Area, Oakland, California flair to my videos with love and passion for RC, and have been blessed with having an opportunity to work for a company that allows me to be creative in the RC hobby, and also man a live show for them, which I do every week, Redcat Live. And it's been an amazing journey. I'm no one extra special. I didn't reinvent the wheel when it comes to RC. I didn't make a cool new product on my own, but I work for a company that truly values creativity, and I'm just humbled to be here and be a part of the hobby, in any way, shape, or form.
I love it, brother. And just stuff that you do for the community in general, not just that, man. We got official Black Total on the house. He said,
Hey,
Eric said he gave up his Bay Area car in the
nah, here he goes again. He's just mad because he's still stuck in that Bay Area traffic. Oh wait, no, he works from home. That's right.
Yes, man. He got a nice job now.
Yeah, he's loving life.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, over the years, ASD Crawlers, we brought on some great folks like Eric,
Yes.
Jeff Ramos, and their spouses, and
Yes.
we formed an amazing family that truly is out to support families affected by autism. And at this point, we've wrapped up our 7th year, and we have made just over $100,000 in money that's been donated over the last 7 years. It's a monumental number to be at. The 7th annual was our final year doing so. We decided that it was been a great run, but without my brother, it was hard to get through this year without him, emotionally speaking. Physically, and planning wise, because him and I work so well together and making it happen, we were able to do it, but it just there's been a void that just can't be filled. So we decided to kind of leave on a bang, and we did our farewell event back in September, and it was a huge success. It was a first 2-day event that we've ever had. We had sand drags, we had sled pull competitions, we had Crawl Masters, which is a crawling event that Brandon made, that we actually had at Rock City, Mount Diablo,
Wow.
where it started. And it's been an amazing journey. Like I said, we love supporting the community. We love supporting the cause. We donate to 2 foundations. One of them helps children that were recently diagnosed with autism, and another one that works with adults on the spectrum of autism as well. And man, we're just goofballs at heart, and we love the hobby, and we love doing it our way. The ASD boys, let me tell you, we do things in a very loud and obnoxious and fun way. And you know Eric, Eric. So just take Eric and times it times 3, at this point. And that's what you get.
I love it. Eric says not too bad for a bunch of guys that had no clue what we're doing. So I love Eric. You guys, man, all you guys, the whole family, just incredible, man. And I love what you explained. What is the reason ASD? Because you kind of explain in a way what Operation 11 Charlie is all about. Because I was having our guys with or PTSD, some other condition, and why that's the reason we do some of those stuff privately, and why that's the reason why, taking care of our guys and all that.
Exactly.
I love that. I love that.
You know, there's something, and you know this firsthand, and I don't have to say this to you guys, but you know, I know that it's reaffirming for those that are watching that you know, the RC hobby as a whole is very therapeutic.
Yeah, it is.
You know, whether you're a child or an adult, you know, I mean, it helps on so many levels, and the camaraderie that comes with crawling sector in general is amazing. And I love what you guys do. And, you know, Javi, you know, I've supported you guys since day one on any level that I possibly could. And I've supported your guys' you know, I've appreciated your support of our event over the years as well. And, you know, it's one of those things you can say, at least the true folks, they have their own servo. That's all I got to say. Right. Like you know you're doing something right for a right cause if you have your own servo.
That's right. I love that. I got mine. I got both here. Hold on. Got both here. So that's all. Yeah, man, it's just amazing. That's a good side of the hobby. Hey, right here. Hey, I got both right here.
There you go. Hey, yep. I got two Operation 11 Charlie servos. And I only have one ASD one left. Another one is in a rig right now, but I don't want to open. I want to keep, you know, run one of each. I want to keep two sealed, you know, as long as I can. My wife looked at me. She's like, you know, what if something happens tomorrow? And I was like, then someone's going to make out like a bandit. It's what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, I don't care what my friends say. No, I did not give anything away. You know? But you know, that's what it's about. You know, I mean, I think in any way, shape, or form, when you can take a hobby, you know, and it doesn't have to be RC. You know, it can be, you know, for a lot of veterans, it's going down to the range, you know, or maybe just finding an outlet. It's exercise. It's finding something that gets you going and gives you a purpose to want to.
That is the keyword. Find a purpose, brother.
Exactly. Something to look forward to every day, to do and to wrench on. You know, that's why I support so much of what you guys do, because there's so many folks that I know, you guys know this firsthand, but you know, that they're affected and have been impacted by, you know, things that they've witnessed and experienced. And, you know, being someone that has family that has served and unfortunately no longer with us, you know, I love that there's something out there that is supporting, you know, veterans in general, because man, life's too short. You know, and lately it's a grim reminder that is kind of peeking at me every day, which is why I'm doing something pretty drastic with my health, you know, this last year and a half. But you know, we can't wait for tomorrow, what we can do today at this point. And so if any of you guys are out there, you guys are thinking, you know, is this hobby for me? Should I do it? Just don't ask questions and just do. You know, I'm saying lean on folks like these guys, lean on folks like myself and other like-minded people that are here to ultimately support you and give you an amazing outlet. Are there shitty people out there? Yes, there's shitty people out there in any hobby you experience. But I will say the crawling sector of the hobby, in my opinion, is probably the least problematic that I've seen out of all the RC sectors.
Yes, definitely. I agree with you. You know, always bad apples out there, but mainly it's a lot of good people, you know, and especially when they're going with us and hang out with us behind closed doors and private and trainers, all that stuff, you know, good people. I love that there. So I hope I see remote control hobby, remote control, reckless remote control. So I hope that he answered for you that question you had earlier on that regard.
Absolutely. Let me say something. So I see Roy Argbass says, my youngest is 10. Got him a Granite. He is on the spectrum. His first complaint was that it was too slow, because he can hold full throttle and maintain control. But we did 4x4 3S conversion, best time of his year. Absolutely agree. You know, and that's the thing is like, so, you know, I have 3 boys. 2 of them are on the spectrum, my oldest and my youngest. The oldest likes slow. He loves to be able to watch the suspension articulate. He's very good at watching his tire placement. He takes his concentration of it to a next level because he's so hyper active, hyper focused,
Mhm.
that he slows down to do so, while my youngest is full throttle, run until you break it. I think he broke his truck 6 or 7 times while he was at the Autism Awareness crawl, and you got to find your happy medium, I'm saying, that they're going to like and enjoy. And
Yep.
like I always tell people, that's kind of one of the reasons why, when I started this foundation, why I recommended so many Redcats at the beginning, because it was a great, priced entry level, like an Everest 10.
Yep. Yep.
Time they were like 100, $110.
Yep. Yep.
Great entry level truck that you give a child like that they can try, and you're not breaking the bank.
Yep.
You can see if they're going to take to it or not. If they take to it, great. You can upgrade and go
Yes.
bigger and get something else, that is more costly, after the fact, instead
Yep.
of going and buying a $350, $400 rig, then buying a $150 charger, buying a $60 lipo, it's like it adds up at the end of the day. So,
It does. It does. It does. That's how I came into the hobby and found out about the hobby when we we helping raise our nephews, and so we got them some ECX amp maybe 5 years ago.
yeah.
Entry level rigs that you could upgrade in a bit.
Mhm.
And bro, that's when I got hooked in the hobby, and it helped me out and find out, because at the time I wasn't getting out of the house. Those first years when I got out of the military was rough for me and my family. So just having something to do, like you mentioned, that keyword, find a purpose.
Yeah.
Looking forward to learn about it. Looking forward to upgrade and build them, watching videos, all that stuff. It kept me going until I found the crawler side of it, and then I was hooked.
Absolutely. In speaking on that, on the purpose, there's one thing that came to mind that so I struggled with that, like anyone else, that mm, I don't hide it from anyone. I'm pretty open about it, but I deal with a lot of depression and anxiety, especially social anxiety.
Yeah.
A lot of the times when I'm at events, have you seen me? I'll go and just
Yeah.
walk off for a little bit
Yeah.
and hide. Sometimes, the majority of the time, actually, I come and hide in your guys' tent.
Yeah, because we
Yeah.
all do the same thing.
Yeah. And I'm like, hey, bro. And you're like, you need water? Yeah. And I'll sit there and I'll be quiet, just to, kind of ground myself. But, to have purpose,
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be a hobby. It doesn't have to be, a big spectacle. It can start with something very simple, a task that you do every day. And one thing that I always tell a lot of the people that I communicate this with is I wake up every morning and I make the bed.
Yeah.
I know it sounds dumb, but I make sure I make my bed, because if I make my bed, it's one thing that I did and it's done, and I already feel like I'm
Part of
going,
the
I'm
day.
good.
Yeah.
It sounds so dumb, like, oh wow, dude, you make your bed, really? Like that's what gets you going. It's like, yeah, because when I don't, my whole day is messed up. Like I'm not on par. My steps are messed up. So my regulation of myself is starting by something as simple as just making my bed every day. That's my purpose every morning. I'll forget my coffee on the way out. It's cool because I made my bed.
We always get the coffee on the road.
Oh yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? I was like, sorry, I forgot coffee. Starbucks again. I mean, it was the only thing on the way to work. Sure. Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, man, and reaching out to Oscar. A lot of us, it's better, and it's just some of us we don't reach out, and then being us, having people around us, having our family members, battle buddies around them that see the red flags, like we call them, right, and having the right people around you, it makes a difference as well, man. And for us, sometimes it's not hard to get our veterans out, but we always, it's a veteran gathering, and we're gonna do some RC and just play. I don't want to play with toys and trying to get them out until we get them given RC on the hands. They do the crawling, the trailing, and they're hooked.
Right. Right.
It just
And it's amazing. You see their face light up, right? Eyes open up, and all of a sudden you're like, I got him. He's hooked. He's hooked.
Bro, and we experienced that a couple of weeks ago, actually, and Rob, love my veterans. Rob, he's in on the chat. And first time being in the RC, and then we went to Dr. Dan. Shout out to Dr. Dan's RC shop there. And man, he just got that remote and he's just explain here, here, then throttle control, blah, 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 do all that stuff. And he got it. And just the concentration, he had his cane, he put it on the side, gave it to his wife, right? And then he got that remote and start crawling, man. He was there for an hour and a half standing and crawling and do the thing and concentrate. I said, bro, just take your time. Don't, if it falls, rolls, don't worry. We pick it up and we here and then let's go.
Exactly.
And just seeing, like you said, that face light up and having fun and hanging out. And they sent me some picture actually today because he does the scale figurines that he paints. He got that skill, bro. So he learns how to do the bodies and all the other stuff with the RC. He's gonna love
dude
that.
And you know the patience that it takes and the steadiness of a hand that you need to paint figures like that. That's crazy.
I saw them.
Dude,
just crazy details on that. So he's gonna love that, bro. He's gonna love that. But,
that's awesome, man. I'm glad, man. Like I said, anytime that I talk to anyone, and they mention you guys, or talk about you guys in any way, it's always a great positive light, and it always comes with the acceptance and awareness, right? And that's one thing that I love about what you guys do, because it's something that's been our mission for years, which is not just do for others and give them an outlet, but also bring awareness, right?
That's
they go hand in hand, but you don't want one to overdo the other one, but anytime that you can bring an opportunity to bring awareness of what others might be going through, and it's huge, I think the world needs more acceptance now than ever, and I think for a lot of folks, it starts within ourselves, and we have to remember that we are our own worst critic on so many things, and we have to remember to love ourselves even when we feel unlovable, and if like I always tell a lot of folks, we have a group chat that we have with close friends, and it's men's health, mental health support group that we do with each other. And one thing that kind of always comes up is like, you can't do for others if you're not doing for yourself, right? So we got to get you healthy so that you can be the best version of yourself for your family, for your kids, for your wife, because if you allow that to fall off to the wayside, then you're not doing yourself, you're not doing them justice, right?
No. And Will said, Oscar there, and another key word, awareness, and that's what we're trying to teach as well. Seeing our civilians with our veterans, how to cope with each other, all that, the understanding of how and what's going on with our guys, right? We just do stuff differently, right? We're not freaks. We just do stuff differently. That's why we welcome our first responders or civilian. Everybody goes to PTSD, depression, all that stuff. So helping everybody in together as a community. Like you said, we need to just add that positivity to this world that needs it right now, man.
Right. And I know that, like, so I have had one of my really closest cousins growing up, Sergeant Francisco Perez Lopez, did 2 tours, came back. He was actually a published writer for the Marines talking about PTSD. And he unfortunately no longer with us. His heart just one morning gave up. That was it. He God needed him for other purposes, and I'm gonna respect that. Although I miss him, and I'm still like, yo, what's up? I took him too soon. But nonetheless, there was one thing that he always would talk about, and for him, when he came back after second tour, the trauma that he experienced and the things that he saw and the people that he lost, that he built bonds with, that unfortunately didn't come back with him, were left a big gaping hole. But he always mentioned to me that what hurt the most was no longer having that brotherhood around you all the time that you spent every single waking moment with in the barracks, in boot camp, and that people that you in essence grew up to be a man in manhood during this time, from a young age, being recruited from a teenager and then going into the service. That was always something that really affected him, and he always felt like he was alone after. And even though people would check on him, he's like, it's not the same. you know, like it's just not the same. Not looking to your right and seeing him, not looking to the left and seeing him, you know. And so one thing that I love about what you guys do as a whole is the brotherhood, that
Yes.
the camaraderie that you guys bring to each other, support that you guys give each other. I think there's such a value to that you can't put a money sign on ever, you know.
You can, and that's the right thing there, brotherhood, bro. And that is one of the key things for us here in Operation 11 Charlie, and that building that relationship with our guys, keeping that brotherhood going, and that is something huge here for our guys. We are not an RC organization; we are a veteran organization, right? So that we use the RC as a therapy, as a tool for our healing or whatnot, and something in common to use to go out in trails with our guys, you know, and family members. That's what I love about this hobby.
Yeah.
It's not just the veterans. We got the immediate family, the wife, the kids, friends of the family, right? Of those veterans that they want to learn, and their close friend, they want to learn how to take care of the guys, you know, and help them out. And they're very grateful. That's why we love our civilians that are giving that extra all the time to take care of our guys. Well, that's huge. So
And that's the thing, man, is that it takes a village at the end of the day. And you know, to see the growth, you know, of what you guys have done over the years, to see how much you guys have grown nationwide, you know, and have different chapters in different states, and you know, like that man, it's amazing in itself, you know. And I truly hope, you know, and pray that it continues on and stays strong as can be. You know, the support from one another is needed now more than ever, and there's no doubt that you guys are all doing it for the right reasons, and I commend every single one of you guys for doing so.
Yeah, we can't say none, but we got some huge stuff coming up that I cannot wait. I think we talk a little bit in promo about the fire.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got some huge stuff there. But man, let's go back. Let's go back to Oscar. I think we like my bad, people.
No, you're good.
I love this people, man. I love Oscar, man. So here real quick. Yeah, and we have our Canada chapter actually on the chat. That's another thing, man. We are
Speak of the devil.
There he is. Check him out.
right there. We got Jake. We had our meeting, our Canada meeting yesterday. We got some stuff coming down the line. Next year is going to be BC and camera in Canada. We cannot wait, man, for our brothers on the other side. Sean, welcome in, brother. Good to see you. Sean is all over the place now. He was in PA, Pennsylvania last week or yesterday. Now he's in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah, I'm in North Carolina now.
What in the world, bro?
It's good, man. Traveling, you know, traveling's a beast in itself, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, especially when you travel with all your big heavy construction equipment.
Oh yeah.
You couldn't even pick it up. The table just shook.
Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah.
What's that thing weigh? Like a good solid 50, 60 pounds?
This one's like 68 pounds or something.
So that's how you're keeping that figure, huh? That's how you're keeping those guns strong.
Yeah, that's it. Between this and the dump trucks and everything, like it's like my Maxima is like wheeling down the road. So, you know.
You look like you took all the coins from the coin jar and have them in the trunk.
Yeah.
Well, you got what do they call it? The Carolina lean, right?
That's it. The Carolina swap.
Yeah.
Fix that camera anyway.
Oh, man. I love it, man. I love it, man.
That's just how you look, Sean. It always looks like that.
Right.
No, but it's like I just set the computer up there a few minutes ago when I got back from work.
So real quick, guys, let's go back to I know there was some question. I think we got all the question. Feel free again on the chat. Any question for Oscar?
I think Dennis had a question about the Overdrive, Oscar.
Oh,
You've
go ahead,
installed it, right?
Dennis. Let's go back to the accent. I want to talk about that. We could talk about, man, this, I think we're gonna do like a 3-hour show. Because we got the also our the low riders as well, man.
Oh, yeah,
That's sick.
lowriders. We got
Riders.
haulers. Yeah, we
All kinds of stuff, and that new stuff that came out. But go ahead, Dennis. I know you had that question. Maybe some people in the chat or they want to watch it had the same question about that.
Okay, now I'm starting to take it apart to do the underdrive in it.
Yep.
Now, the only thing that I'm seeing so far is you do have to disconnect the drive shaft.
So a little trick is disconnect your rear shocks.
Oh,
So if you
I already
take
got the drive shaft split
oh,
apart.
okay, I was gonna say if you take off the rear shocks, once you take those two top screws, you'll be able to just slide the axle back, swing it out a little bit, and you'll be able to
Oh,
get it
okay.
to open up.
And then as
The-
far as the install, it's just taking the two screws on the top of that plate. And
Correct. As soon as you
sliding
take
that
those, yeah, as soon as you take those top two screws out, you'll be able to separate that case, and you'll be able to swap out the gears that you want to go with. I definitely recommend going with the 20. The 20%, it'll give you the best bang for your buck, crawling wise and everything. I'm really hoping that whether us or someone else starts to pick up and offers metal gears for it, I think it'll help with longevity.
Yeah.
I haven't had any issues yet, but I can guarantee you, I know a lot of folks that like me will probably run 4S on it and just beat it to snot, and something's going to give out, right? So hopefully they can get something going.
The plastic gears Redcat does though are
That's
pretty
thick.
impressive.
Yeah, good quality on that, right?
This it's not the same body. This is the third body on the truck, but this was our first crawler. Like,
Oh, Gen 8, yeah. Is that the
And
V1 or
this
the
is-
V2?
it's still the V1. It's the
No
V2
way.
body.
So you still got that? It has that little hump on the skid.
It did. It's cut off now.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it's got the light kit and stuff. But my son, this was his first crawler, and technically our first crawler in the house, other than a 80s to my Hilux. But this truck, it finally, when we were at, where were we, Dennis? The Gauntlet in Michigan.
Oh, yeah.
The transfer case gear finally spun, the pin ate the inside of the transfer case gear.
Yeah. So
Otherwise,
the first
the-
gen drive shafts had a problem with that pin coming out and just eating away at the skid on the back. And so they actually like reconfigured them, I think, for the V2.
yeah, the V2, there's a ton of changes. Now this has got V2 axles in it now, the HD stuff.
Nice.
But this truck, Jericho's 14 now, so he got it when he was 11 and has just beat on this truck. I mean, it's held up.
Right.
Super.
Before I worked with Redcat, I hadn't owned a lot of them other than a fleet of Everest 10s that I would loan out at our support groups and things like that. So, I never really had problems with the Everest 10s because they were so, very simple, type of rigs. And when I started working for Redcat, I really started kind of digging a little bit deeper into the rigs. A lot of the stuff that I was building was what I call like just bastard builds. So they would be, a SCX10 transmission with, XR mod axles in the front, and a simple SCX10-1 axle in the rear, and things like that. But, the truck itself, the Gen 8 in general, although a lot bigger than, your standard crawler when it comes to what's out there on the market, definitely is a great rig. There's a lot of folks out there that, they're like, Redcat, stay away, and very anti, very like brand orientated, and that's okay. I mean, we all are fans. You're either a Glock fan or you you know what I'm saying, a Signal, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna get what you like, right? You're gonna but at the end of the day, I really have been amazingly impressed by the amount of people that love the Gen 8 and support it and have grown with it over the years. And it really has kind of taken the test of time. You know, the first build that I did with Redcat was I did a pack build that I converted into pretty much a axe version of the Gen 8, and it was a fun truck, and I beat the snot out of it. I wanted to find everything that was weak on it. I wanted to make it my own, and this was after years of building crawlers. You know, anytime I try to build at least 1 to 2 kits a year, and it's usually around like the slow times of the year when I can't have idle hands, you know, so I need to build something just to keep me busy. So like right now I have a full, although I work for Redcat and I'm a fan of Redcat and their products, I own Axial, I own Element, I own Vanquish, I own, you know, you name it, Tamiya. I have, you know, one of just about every brand I can imagine, because I'm a fan of RCs in general, right? I don't think you can limit yourself because of the hobby, but having so many, you notice that there's a weak point on every brand out there. There's always something on every single one that someone's not going to like, you know, or has a problem with. And I'm just very, very impressed with the progress that Redcat's made between the Gen 8 and then, you know, taking that, what didn't really work really well with it, making a V2, and then, you know, taking that realm and then going to a Gen 9, right? We got to see some upgrades on the Gen 9 and some bettering, you know, as far as what's offered: 2-speed, more turn radius, universals on the front, 2-speed transmission, which people were asking about like crazy. And we said, let's do it. Let's figure it out, you know? And now we have something like the Ascent, which, you know, a sub $300 rig that comes with a flat reel chassis and underdrive overdrive. I mean, it's a great little build, you know, to have. And I think it's going to be amazing to see what the future is going to hold, because like I tell people, if this is what we were working on for the last year and a half, imagine what we started 2 months after that.
Right. Well, and you dropped how many cars this year?
So our goal is to drop 9, and I think we're at 5. And then there's still 2 months left. So, you know, who knows? You might see.
So right, he gave one right there. Okay.
Yeah, you might see. There's been a lot of delays, you know, because when we work on something, like, as you guys know, when you're trying to make something better and more enjoyable, you know, there's problems that arise, and when we get a sample based off of what we want, we find a weak point or something, so then we restructure and it gets, you know, pushed back. But our goal was to drop 7 to 9 products this year, and I think we're going to be pretty close to that lower number by the end of the year, if all goes well. So a lot of things. What's great about it is now, in the last couple of years of lowriders and the hauler and crawlers and bashers, Redcat, you know, I'm proud to say, like, we're noticing a difference in ourselves. Like, we're no longer looking at ourselves like the stepchild of RC, and more of, we don't care what any other brand is doing. We're just going to do us, you know, and that's kind of one thing that the owner loves to emphasize. He's like, I don't care what that brand's doing. I don't really care what that brand's doing, because we're Redcat. We're going to do us. And, you know, the company investing in engineers to bring in and really young-minded engineers at that. So these guys have an eye for the hobby because they've been growing up in the hobby. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it worked for other companies. If you look at Wyatt.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. We could easily hire someone from another company to come on over, you know, that maybe is unhappy or something, but we don't want to, you know, have to break them and reshape them into our culture. Our culture is, you know, let creativity flow, you know.
I just met Axial brought in Wyatt, and then the Pro comes out and it's amazing.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And Wyatt did a great job on that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, in for us, we brought in someone that owned what he owned. Now it's owned because he just recently sold his shop. But he was an owner of a RC drift track. And so all this kid did from the time he was an early teenager until he finished his engineering school was nothing but drift RC. So his first project into the scene, Shane McCullough, was the RDS, you know.
Yeah.
And so it was a true labor of love. And
the RDS compared to this is
night and day. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, and he killed it, man. He brought a lot of great things to it. And me and Shane go crawling. You know, we have a annual crawl that we do the last couple of years, Christmas.
Awesome.
I think it's like Christmas morning, the day before Christmas Eve, I think is when we go out. And we tend to find out a lot about ourselves during these events, during those little things, because he's like, we both think we're good drivers, but then we go up against each other and we're like, damn, bro, you're actually pretty good. And he looks at me like, damn, bro, you're actually really good too. It's like, all right, cool. So then we can't really fight like this. You know, we need to, you know, find what's best next. And you know, having people that are like-minded like that, you know, brought us an influence into the Gen 9, which then, you know, he was a huge influence onto the Everest, and you know, the next thing that's going to come out, and then the thing after that too, you know. And simultaneously, you know, there's that other thing that Matt Jackson, our other amazing engineer that's been with us for a long time, he was part of the Gen 8 project. He was, in my opinion, the majority of the 64 project, which then led to the 59, which led to the Monte Carlo, which led to the 59, which is then going to lead to, you know, the next thing that you guys are going to love coming up next, and a couple other variants as well. So, I mean, like, honestly, dude, honestly, if I was 100% transparent, there's at least projects in the works right now.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Hey, it's just Oscar. He's just carefully.
He's excited about it. He's
Yeah,
dude, I
no,
know.
he's carefully thinking what to say, not to spill the beans.
Oh, trust me,
Right.
like I'm really good at telling you everything without telling you nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I love
So,
it. I love
but
it.
it's you know, yeah, there's a lot of great projects that we're still working on, and some of them are going to be in the, you know, basher scene, you know, the off-road scene. People are like, okay, we just dropped a crawler, so we're probably not going to drop anything crawler related for a while. You may be surprised, you know, that might come to fruition before the other stuff. You just never know. You know, are we still going to do more on-road stuff? Yeah, absolutely. We're still working on some on-road stuff. Are we working on more lowriders? We're always working on lowriders, so that's not going to go anywhere either. You know, there was a time when
I
we
think
started.
Dennis has a question, Oscar.
Dennis, what you got, brother?
Okay, the gears that come in the bag, are they?
Just grab the hammer.
I almost grabbed a hammer to get the drive shaft off from the output shaft because
It's a tight one.
somebody was a little overwhelming with the Loctite.
Yeah,
You have to heat a Red Cat with a lighter on the drive
yeah.
shaft
So
every time.
when we were having the ascents made, we sent a team out to do QC on it firsthand. Our engineers were there for, I think, a few weeks, and like really hands-on with the quality control of these, and them adding that Loctite was them saying, no, we don't care if it's going to be a barrier at some point. We rather that than have a catastrophic failure. And so, yeah, they kind of got a little bit happy with the blue sauce there.
Right, now, I see there's the two main gears are both 25 tooth,
Mhm.
and then there's an 18 and a 19.
Right. So hold on one second. I'm going to see if I can bring the owner's manual up, because I don't have that in front of me. And anyone that is working on our Redcat stuff, the newest stuff that we've dropped recently, we have not included owner's manuals with, you know, directions in them, because most people nowadays are taking their iPad out, and there's so many revisions that happen, you know, with them, and we've decided to stop killing so many trees in doing so.
Yeah.
So now every newest updated version of an owner's manual is on our website for everyone to have.
Sweet. That's good to know.
Is there a QR code on the box or anything to scan?
Usually there is, and there should be a on the pamphlet, the quick start guide. There's usually one there that you'll be able to scan, and it should take you there as well.
Awesome. Real quick, the Rock Pirates RC in the chat. Welcome my brothers, Steve and the boys and the family out there from Rock Pirates. You got Chunky Customs. Who's that, Eric?
Yeah, that's Eric. The trophy. He designed the trophies.
Oh, sweet. Welcome, brother. Good to have you here, man. We miss anybody? Thank you for stopping by. Man, also while Oscar looks for that, man, the price tag on that rig is something awesome.
And I'll tell you what, you cannot beat the price on it.
No.
And I think with leaving the owner's manual out, it also was able to make the price more user and buyer friendly.
Yeah, as a whole, you know, it doesn't really cost a lot to print manuals, to be honest with you. We just felt that it was kind of the better option, you know. Let me see here. I'm putting myself on the spot, so I do apologize, guys.
Thank you, RC
Yep.
Remedy. Thank you for stopping by, brother.
It's okay. I was gonna share with my Gen 8, but I forgot how dirty it was. So
That's scale dirt, right, Jake?
yeah, it's scale there. We'll go with that.
Now,
You-
Oscar, I will tell you this. I was a team driver for UGRC,
Mhm.
and he did his first chassis around the Gen 8, which is a direct swap. It's called the Predator chassis,
Yeah.
and it's a great chassis. I
Was
mean,
it like a flat
everything-
skid or like a flat rail chassis?
Yeah, it's flat rail, G10, and he also came up with his own transmission that accepts all the gears from the transmission and the transfer case. All Gen 8. And it's a really good chassis and transmission. I actually run the transmission in one of my class 2 trucks. So with the way that he designed it, it gives you 22% overdrive.
Not bad. Wow.
And now he has the Ascent, which I think he's going to leave alone because he's already got the chassis for the Gen 8 and he did the Gen 9 and just did a little revision on that chassis. But all in all, it's a great chassis that he came up with for the Gen 8 because a lot of guys wanted to have the truck more capable than what they were. And that was just a couple nights in his basement.
Yeah.
And next thing you know is the Gen 8 was born.
Gotcha. So you get you know,
Or I'm sorry, Predator.
Predator, yeah. You know, it reminds me a lot of when they were swapping out the Everest 10s and created the Gen 7 with the BP chassis rails, you know. Kind of a funny story the way that came to be, but it's kind of the similar aspect. That Predator chassis though, I need to look into that. I might have to get me one of them bad boys. So I was talking to Shane right now, and Shane says you're going to want to put the 1826 to obtain 20%.
1826.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Awesome. That's good to know.
So yeah, man, you know, it's amazing to, like I said, to be in a situation where, you know, we've seen so much growth in the hobby, and every manufacturer is bringing their A game, and everyone's doing a lot of the same, but a lot of people are doing a lot of different stuff. Everyone's trying to revamp and be the person that's going to be able to sell a lot of units next, right? And one thing that I love about the owner is like, man, I'm not about that. I'm about being different. I want to be unique. I want to offer the community something that hasn't been done. And the lowrider scene was something that just came to mind and blew up for us, you know.
It's incredible how quickly, right? Just when you guys put that out there, man, it just went through the roof with those low riders and seeing these guys doing the crazy details, Oscar, on this, just incredible, man.
Yeah, you know, if you follow the page or even the Redcat Live, I did the SEMA build off show last week, and man, the vehicles that were entered into the SEMA build off were absolutely amazing. I mean, there's a guy from Paris, France, Dylan Long Cho. His windows roll up and down, bro. Like he's got full door panels, you know, like brake pedal, gas pedal, brake booster, you know, like the whole nine. Like he went taking the full scale scene of crawling and like putting it into the lowrider scene, and it's just been absolutely mind blowing to see what people have done with these things over the years. And you know, people want bodies right now. That's their biggest thing. People want more options for more cars, and everyone has a favorite car. You know, so I've been on the road. I think at this point, the last 3 months, I've only been home. I've not been home longer than 6 days in a row.
It's crazy.
I've been on the road nonstop. I do almost every single lowrider show, you know, in crawling events as well. So, but every time we go to an event, it's like, you know, what do you guys got? Like, oh, so you got 59, got 64, got the money. I'd buy one if you had you know, this car. You know, I'd buy one if you had this car. So it's like, you know, everyone has a want, you know, and it's kind of hard to always decide what the next one's going to be. So you tend to stick to designing the bodies that are the most popular ones, and then trickle down as you go, you know. And you know, most bodies like the 64 and the 59 take roughly about 1.5 years to create from start to finish. So, you know, we give ourselves about a 2-year process. So one might be coming out sometime early next year, maybe the first quarter, which means we started on it about 1.5 years ago, and we're already working on the one after that. So there's more of a demand than we can keep up with when it comes to them. And our biggest thing was we just didn't want it to die on the vine with just the 64, you know, and so being able to offer more bodies is honestly, I think, the one thing that that can really continue this motion to grow and grow and grow. I remember being a kid and wanting an RC lowrider so bad. And like, it was I would buy a low C XXX, a weapon XXX, they used to call them. It was a street car, on-road car. And I would take the springs out of it and slam it to the ground just because it looked cool that way, you know. You know, like whatever you could do to have fun with it, you know what I'm saying? And but yeah, there's quite a bit of things that, like I tell people, there's a lot of wants, and then there's the things that can be made, you know. The wants always take longer than the simplest things to be created, but I think in the long haul, the goal is to keep it scale fun for everyone and make it attainable, whether you're into lowriders or whether you're into the drift scene, or whether you want something nice to haul your vehicles around in, right? Like the hauler that we just recently dropped. You know, there's so many avenues that we can tap into, where we noticed that other manufacturers were just kind of sticking to their norm and what they do, and they do best. They do great at it. There's nothing wrong with them. But we definitely wanted to take a more unique step. And being that we've been at SEMA since the beginning of Redcat, like not even the big T letter was at SEMA since they started, you know. We were one of the first RC manufacturers there, you know, on site, and we've been there ever since, you know, for years on end. And so our passion is automotive. You know, our passion is not RC, it's actually automotive. And to be able to find ways to bridge gaps of love between the automotive scene, whether you're a lowrider fan and into RCs, or whether you're a crawler fan into one-to-one but love RCs, it's finding a way to gap those two together. A lot of people ask, you know, why doesn't Redcat get into, you know, drones? We did that, didn't work out too well. Why don't you guys do, you know, motorcycles? Someone else has got that now. Yeah. We're not worried about that, you know. Why don't you guys do drag cars? Drag cars are in. It's saturated. Too many drag cars are out there. Too many manufacturers are doing it. Let them do it. Let them battle it out. You know what I'm saying? But if you want a stout crawler that is the best bang for your buck, you know, then it's us. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be in the RC lowrider scene, it's us. If you want an entry-level basher that's going to get you to it, and who knows, maybe even an upscaled basher in the future, you never know what can happen, right? Maybe some cool stuff is in the works. We're always working on things, and we've been trying to elevate the name and change the name for ourselves as well over the last couple of years. And that's been the most important thing
as well, Oscar, right? The drifter that you guys released a couple of months ago, right?
Yeah, we released it. We started the RDS rear-wheel drive drift car with this year. That was probably my favorite video to shoot and cut and edit. It was actually going to be a grand total of like 7 minutes long.
Wow.
And I had to cut it into like 3 videos because the owner's like, no one's going to sit here and watch 7 minutes of this. And so I cut it down to 4 minutes, and then I offered a second version and a third version after that. And it's been one of our most watched videos ever. You know, that and the Jeffries 59 was pretty big. And I think like right now we're sitting at like 20 some thousand for the Ascent and the hauler as well. They've only been out for a couple weeks. So it's fun, man. Like I said, I'm very thankful every day that I have a job that I can go to work and just truly love what I do. You know, tomorrow I could show up to work and I probably would be taking studio pictures of new products. I might go to work on Wednesday and get ready for a live show, but I might have been filming that morning. You know what I'm saying? My day is always different, but it's the same. It's all surrounded by RCs, you know. I will say this, working in RCs though makes me a lot lazier to work on my RC. Like I go home sometimes like I don't want to touch an RC today. You know? And that used to be never be me. I used to be like, oh dude, I'm wrenching till midnight every single night like a junkie, you know. So like I gotta hold this MIP driver in my hand. If not, life doesn't feel complete, you know. So, you know, you gotta have fun with it. And I think right now for us, we're having fun. And I think people are seeing that we're having fun. I mean, even, you know, the owner and myself man the social media pages the majority of the time. And so you'll see him, you know, people talk trash or do something, you know, and you know, and we'll just throw jabs back as Redcat to have fun with people, you know, and people are like, oh, Redcat just came out swinging it back at them, you know, but like in a fun way. We love to tease, and we don't see any other manufacturers with that kind of character or personality, right? And it was kind of funny because the owner, when he hired me, he's like, hey, check it, you know, like you fit the mold, you know, lowriders, you're in the scene, and we just launched these lowriders. We want someone that's can, you know, help grow that and continue that vibe, right? And so I looked at him, I was like, you want my skin, that's what you're saying, right? You want my culture. I get it. I got you. I ain't even mad. Hell, I'm good. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even gonna be, you know, judgmental about it. I was like, let's rock on. Let's do it. But it's been fun, man. It's you know, I don't look at myself as I mentioned before, I don't think I'm special by any means. I'm just lucky to be able to have fun every day at work, you know.
I love it.
Hey, I didn't get to see how it ended. Where did the Cyclone end up in the SEMA build off?
Cyclone did not make the final three. Did not make the final. He did make the final five, but he didn't make the final three. He was a great build, and Wyatt,
just the detail of the other ones was crazy.
Wyatt Dorson, I believe is his name. He did an amazing job on that build. But there was at the end of the day, he didn't have interior. And the cars that won had full interior, full engine bays, full trunks. But I will say this, that build was probably one of the most unique builds I've seen in a long time, and I needed to see that because that made me so excited to
and it
see
looked
something.
Right.
Yes, proportionate, right?
Like
Absolutely. Always great stuff, you know, and when anyone starts to build their own bodies, you know, and things like that, and the paint work that these guys are doing.
Oh,
I mean, they're treating these things like they're 100% real cars, you know, and put on display.
Incredible, man. We had Eric RC Patina last Monday, and he was showing the hauler with the glass he put on.
Oh yeah, he's offering the glass backs. Yeah.
Oh, it's perfect with the
lowrider scene. You get to see the underneath the mirror finish. Yeah, dude. Yeah, Eric, you know, Eric kills it. We're gonna have his he built a custom hauler. We actually had it at Proline by the Fire. And we hit it in the concourse, the car show. And you know, the judges were like gawking all over it. And then finally Lee from Car Action Magazine was like, hey guys, that's a production vehicle, like it hasn't been dropped yet. And so they're like, oh yeah, we can't pick that, huh? I was like, I mean, we probably shouldn't. So you know, I told Eric, I was like, hey, honorable mention, bro, you would have won, you know what I'm saying? Otherwise, because I think it was an awesome build. Eric does amazing work. He also built a super awesome Love Machine. If you guys are Cheech and Chong fans, he did the Love Machine out of the 64 when we first dropped it. We're gonna have his custom hauler that he built and the 64 Love Machine at SEMA as well on display. So that'll be fun to see. It should be a really nice setup. I'm going to be going live, I think 2 or 3 times next week at SEMA. So keep an eye out on Facebook for those shows. You'll be able to see what we're doing. I'm going to have Juan Munch Gonzalez of House of Color, talking paint with us. We're going to have Jeff Lozano, the 2-time crown winner of SEMA Build Off the last 2 years. He's going to be out there with us. I don't know if I can dig out some more, but hopefully I can. Last year I kind of fanboyed. I was hanging out with Ryan from the Fireball Camaro from Street Outlaws, and then Brian Martin, yep, and then Sean as well. I was hanging out with them too. Knuckleheads.
That thing Sean's building is crazy looking.
Dude, that donk that he did. You see that thing
did
too?
you see the new one he's building?
No, I haven't seen the new one. No.
It's a wagon.
Really? Oh, dude, I was in love with that white
wagon.
convertible. I was in
the
love with
white
that
convertible is sweet, but he's building a donk wagon. That's ridiculous.
That's awesome. So I get to talk to his media guy once in a while because we work on some projects that I was trying to get some stuff in his hands, but nothing that we have right now really fits his mold, and one of the bodies that we're working on just isn't ready yet for that kind of thing. But I've been keeping tabs with him, and so I talk to him once in a while, and he's like, "Yo, what's up?" So like I'm over here. When I talk to those guys, like I don't even hide it. I fanboy. I'll see Ryan Martin. I'm like, and I'll go running up to him, and he's like, "Oh my God, it's you again." I'm like, "What's up, homie? How you doing, bro?" The dude is like 6'4", 6'5". He's tall. I'm 5'9" on a good day, but I'm really like 5'6". Okay, just that out there.
I know I did that.
Yeah, but it just depends on whether or not I'm wearing my boots. You know what I'm saying? But it's awesome to talk to these folks, and just have a shared passion, in the automotive scene. Last year at SEMA, I was able to meet Kevin Hart for a few minutes. He actually came to our booth and wanted the whole rundown of the stuff, and he ended up ordering a couple vehicles from us for his kids as well. And you talk to these folks like they're just regular humans. They put on their pants only at a time like the rest of us, but I just I love being a goofball with them, and if they can memorize his face, and hopefully maybe one day the Ellen DeGeneres show is going to give up, and it's going to be the Oscar Ramirez show. You never know.
With Kevin Hart, you're going to learn today.
Right. It's like, today we got special guest Jada Pinkett. Jada, tell us a little bit about your divorce. All eyes on Jada. I'm gonna have to hire Javier to do like the he's gonna be like the sports anchor, And now we're gonna go sports with Javier. Javier's gonna be like, that team won. Thank you again for that great wrap up. All right, guys.
He'll be the voice guy in the back, like Price is Right, just sitting there with a mic.
Yeah, seriously, you know what I'm saying? We have to have our own little segment of the show and episodes, But it's a fun gig, man. It's a fun time, and as mentioned, you're never gonna feel like you work when you truly enjoy what you do, and leaving General Motors after 15 years to work for an RC company. Like my wife thought I was nuts at first, but I'm happier every day, and I come home happy, and she's appreciative of that, and she supports everything that I do, and she even knows how many RCs I own, believe it or not. She actually has an inventory of them, so
we can blame Redcat, so we're cool, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it's a fun time. I'm in her office right now, and she's got her Everest 10 up there. She's got her 64. She's got a pink bedazzled 59 in a case. And now she wants me to build her something else that's pink, and I don't know what it is, but oh no, I am on the lookout for, and no one makes this body anymore. Viterra had it for a while, and I desperately need to find this body. I'm building her a tribute car because her dad had a 1967 fastback for her screen. And I just need the body. I'll put it on, we all know we can put on any chassis we want, right? And this is going to be a static chassis, but I want to build her dad's car just to have on display. So all of her bills that she gets are all, commemorative.
Doesn't HPI make the 67 fastback? I know they make a 66 and a 70.
Yeah, they do the 60. I think it's the 68 that they did.
They did
I went into a whole. So the Bullet is the 67, if I'm not mistaken. With the Forest,
I think the Bullet's the 68, isn't it?
Is it? For some reason I always thought it was 67. Okay, so I know that the Viterra did offer the 67. And everybody that I can find on eBay has already been painted. It's already been, messed with. So I'm hoping somewhere the universe finds one, and all of a sudden I get a message like, "Hey, you said you needed one. I got one. Cool. What's your PayPal?"
Yeah, there you go. Hopefully somebody is listening. One of our guys.
Right. I didn't listen. I mean, Eric is a huge Ford fan, and I don't hate him for it because we all know real guys drive Chevys. Just saying. I mean, and if any of you guys drive Fords, you're a real man too. But I'm not gonna take your man card, but I'm gonna take Eric's man card because he's my brother, and I gotta mess with him. So, but he's a big Ford guy, and he went through his pile. He probably has about 20 different Ford bodies, and he's like, dude, I have almost every single thing that aside from that. That's the only one I don't have. So like, I knew that if I couldn't shake him down for it, then I'm going to have to do some research and find it.
I think I know. What's that company out of Germany where I got the 89 coupe? I thought they had some.
Even Pro, was it? So they do offer a drag car 67 as well, like a Pro mod body, if I'm not mistaken. No, not Pro mod, Pro line body.
Yeah, I have the 67 Pro line body.
Yeah.
Or 60, 68, 67.
I told it, I was like, if I can't find this body, I'm just going to make you a drag car, even if it's just for your shelf,
But there's a company out of Germany that does drift bodies.
I wonder if that
A-Plastics.
Oh, A-Plastics. I have not checked A-Plastics in a while. Need to be on there. That and Pandora offer some other bodies as well. A lot more popular in the drift scene, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, it's Crow Below Customs. He's in the house. What's up, homie? How you doing? Sorry.
How you doing, brother? Good to have you here, man. What's up, bro?
But yeah, man. So, like I said, I think the end game for us is going to be kind of finish up this year strong and going into the plans that we have for next year, and have the stuff that we have in the works to continue this motion, this drive, to keep bringing a good name for Redcat, and keep elevating what we're doing. And as mentioned, we're not worried about what anyone else is doing and what they're up to. We're just gonna keep doing us and keep having fun.
And that's the way to go, man. That's the way to go. Man, we ain't having USD next year, so that was my next event. I usually see you guys,
right?
Steve, man. So
yeah, they I believe they're also are they thinking about changing locations too? I heard something similar.
Yes, Rob, they already in the search for that, and they'll be back in 2025.
Okay.
Yeah, they're having a baby as well. So Amanda and Rob, they're having a baby. So
oh man, good for them. Congratulations, man. That's awesome. Yeah, they got a pretty stout team, and they all put in their hearts into it. So big shout out to all of them. I'm sure they all needed a year off. Nice vacation.
Oh, definitely, brother. Definitely.
I know for you it's fun because it's local to you, right? So
it's local. That's why we have a big crew down there. Last year we had around 60 of our guys, and we're local here. And then a lot of our guys, a lot of our chapters like Georgia, Alabama, guys from Kentucky. Actually, Sean drives from New York, and a lot of people drive. They go to that event, especially if you are into that scale of side of it. Now the drift cars. Hey, we're gonna have to bring them low ride, bro.
Oh yeah, dude. So last year, this last UST, I brought my drift car. We just dropped it.
Yeah.
And I was hanging out with Troy Fakes from Roadside RC.
Oh, yeah.
Great channel too on YouTube to watch. Great information. The dude's just
awesome dude.
Yeah, I truly enjoy talking to him. In fact, I got to respond to him. He just sent me a message a little bit ago too. And he's just one of those guys that when I first met him, I was like, I'm not even gonna shake your hand. I'm gonna give you a hug, bro. Like, I love his aura. I love what he's about. And he just brings such a positive ray of light to the RC. None of his videos are negative about any manufacturer. It's all love. And I love that. I love family
oriented, his family.
Exactly. So I love what he's doing, man. I love his content. So yeah, if you guys ever want to look for another great channel to look up some stuff, man, Roadside RC, he's got you covered with some goodies always.
He's there close to you, right? Dennis?
No. Oh,
No,
what
he's
is
in
it?
Tennessee.
Oh,
Mhm.
Tennessee. Oh, he's down there.
Yeah, I always meet him at like he goes to Axel Fest sometimes, but like Beat the Creek and stuff.
Oh,
Troy's always at Beat the Creek and everything, like too. So
yeah.
Yeah, I think with us not being at USTE, I think I need to see if I can push to go to Beat the Creek. That's an event that I get asked to go to a lot.
that is a nice
You guys
event.
had a big showing at USTE
Yeah.
Mhm.
this year. I drove down from Ohio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, UST had a good turnout. I think I feel like the year before was still a little bit more busier. And it could have been because they changed the layout a little bit of
The
the vendor
layout.
row.
Yes.
They made it
was huge.
appear like it was, you
Yeah.
know, a little less people, but I think it's because they also whitened the footprint a little bit more.
It was like 10,000 square footage.
Yeah.
Vendor road. I think there was, I don't remember the count, maybe 1,600 around that this year, guys. I don't remember. I know
I think
it was
it's 14.
right,
It's
14.
12 to 1400, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, Beat the Creek, it was out there too, probably 1,800,
Wow.
2,000.
Beat the Creek had 1,800 registered drivers. That doesn't include people that just showed up.
Yeah, he was, yeah, it's getting,
Wasn't that the number, Dennis? Like 1840 something?
yeah.
Yeah, I think it was between 18 and 1900, and they said that there was roughly 250 to 275 non-registered.
yeah, the only problem with that though is like go on a trail. Each trail takes you like 3 to 4 hours to do a trail.
Yeah.
That
And a
should
lot-
be done. It should be done in an hour, like
Right, a lot of traffic.
Yeah.
Yeah, like back in didn't experience as much traffic, but I mean the old Axial Fest days back at Cisco Grove had a ton of people there. But they also had like 27 to 29, maybe 30 trails. So there was so many trails that you never dealt with a lot of backlog. The popular ones did get more traffic, of course. But I mean, there was so many trails that we would crawl till we absolutely just fell apart. And then we'd come back, pass out, wake up, do a quick tune up on our rigs, charge batteries, and then go back out again, That was about the biggest type of stuff that I've been able to endure out here. But yeah, those 1,800 people, that's 20 some hundred people. That's a lot of people, man. That's
It is. It's
you
a lot
know,
of people. And expecting next year is supposed to get bigger. And said Tom Tongue is asking guys, you guys that went to Beat the Creek, he's asked anyone know when to Beat the Creek next year. I know the dates are out, if I'm not mistaken. And
I don't think they're officially out, but they hinted it's going to be what, that third, fourth, fifth, or whatever it is, Dennis.
so
Yeah,
they're
the
gonna extend it?
first weekend in May, 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
Okay, so
And
2 or 3 days, or they extended to 4 days.
so this year it was 2 days. It was, you could come in Friday and do the night run and then trail Saturday and Sunday. But Rocktober, they actually opened it for 3 days, I think, as a preview to test
Got you.
for next year. They haven't officially said it, but I would not be surprised if next year it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday,
Got you.
because Rocktober was.
So awesome. So sweet guys, man. We're about that time. Guys, let me see. What else? Any more questions that we have for Oscar, guys, here in the panel? Dennis, you have any more here in the chat? Because we're gonna start wrapping up soon.
yes, the beard is real, and I
How much
do
oil is it?
I do grab individual hairs to do them white so that I can add a little bit of age because I got tired of being carded at the store.
Yeah,
This is natural.
I always go to the bakery before the show, so I got that.
There you go. Yeah. No. So here's the thing, man. Look at all these bearded wonders, man. I gotta ask. So, what is your choice of products?
I used the Viking brand, whatever it's that
Okay.
called.
All right, Viking brand. All right, that's 1 point for you. All right, Dennis. What about you?
Dago grease. That's it.
Bro, I usually, you know, every morning I just start up my diesel and I just put my face in the exhaust and get a little soot on there, good to go. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a Live Bearded brand is the brand that I use a lot of the stuff for. They're a local brand here out of Arizona that does offer some cool stuff. Oh, and dude, the Wild Willie's beard straightener. Yeah,
I need that. I need that.
it's a game changer, bro. I'm telling you, it gives you it doesn't do it so like you lose the waves, but at least it just straightens it up enough to keep it.
I want to be like Oscar when I grow up, bro. So I need that. I need that stuff.
I told
You're
my
gonna have to
wife,
get the
I'm,
mic to bring it in.
right.
I have a mic, just you can't see it, bro. But this stuff, God, I want to be like Oscar. Actually, talking about next Monday, guys, we have Rock Pirates RC. This we're gonna have next Monday, guys. So that's gonna be another awesome event, awesome show.
They just did a drop today, didn't they?
Yes, yes, they do. They have been putting out some good stuff there. So we're gonna be talking about all that stuff next Monday with Steve and the boys out there. Let me see here. I see Hillbilly Adventure. Welcome in, brother. Score a RC10 gold pan
Ooh,
on a swap meet and sell like $45. With tons of new old stock parts. Oh, those swap meets are probably that's. You know, that body you're looking at for Oscar. Hopefully,
yeah,
somebody comes up with it, man.
oh yeah. Oh, trust me, I'm on the lookout. I'm gonna talk about it anywhere I can until it comes up.
So awesome.
Awesome, man. Well, you guys are gonna have a great show with Rock Pirates RC. You know, a lot of great minded people out there and great products. So I look forward. I'm gonna be tuning in and watching as well. So hopefully I can throw some jabs and ask him what beard oils he uses, you know.
They use shock oil, I think.
Shock oil, 45 weight, 35, you just go like straight to like 90. Yeah.
Whatever they're tuning that day.
Right. I usually keep a bottle of, you know, what is it, 80, 90 weight right by the, you know, the
Right.
Next to all my beard products, you know, add a little bit of stink to it.
We need to send Steve an accent, the Redcat accent to get that chassis going.
Oh yeah. You never know. He might already have one.
Hey, there you go. There you go.
There might not already be something in the works. You never know. He might. Maybe he'll tell you guys on it on the next week show. That's why you guys got to tune in next week. Rock Pirates RC might be talking about some cool stuff. Just saying.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Curtis D, welcome in, brother. Good to have you here. Take care, Maurice, brother. So you have something, Dennis?
Yeah, I did have one more question for you, Oscar. As far as the servo, it says that it's capable of more power at 8 volt.
8.4. Yep.
8.4.
If you have a BEC that goes that high, absolutely. 7.4 will still give you pretty decent. I think like 480 or 460 something, which is not bad as a stock servo.
Right.
But yeah, if you bump up to 8.4, I think you're like in the sub like 489 or 492.
So just below 500.
It's 35 kg is what it ends up being at 8.4, which I've actually I did USTE with that servo to test it out. Now take it, not a lot of harder lines there, right? But I did go through all the trails and ran it through its paces, and it held up well. I do have that same torque spec servo in a couple of my kids' rigs because they were just inexpensive to have, and I decided, hey, if they can handle them, you know, then I'm sure we're okay. So yeah, they've been beating up on them for almost a year now, and they've been pretty stout. Haven't had any issues with them at this point. I think our failure rate is like less than 1% right now, with what we've had people call in for, which is amazing to have a servo with that low of number. But I mean, I think you can actually go on our website. We sell a 4-pack right now of them for like $69. So. And they come with servo horns, so like you can't beat that, you know. I mean, at 7.4 to have 480, 460 ounces of torque for, you know, 20 some bucks each, less than that.
Right.
And I also happen to get the perfect for.
Was that sorry?
They also happen to fit the COE perfect to the.
They do,
drop it.
yeah, exactly. So they also fit the COE, and then they can handle the load of it as well. The internal BEC of the COE we set up to match the Ascent at 7.4 output internal BEC. So you should still be able to get those 480-ish ounces of torque to hold up those heavier rigs. Payload capacity on those bad boys should be anywhere between 15 and 20 pounds that they can handle and hold in the up position, for longer periods of time on those servos.
Sorry, Dennis.
Oh, no, you're fine.
Sweet. And also we got to support Dennis. If you want to show that, Josh, we got to support Dennis' new business.
Oh yeah,
we got that back.
Dennis is now a model for Grandpa Gus's mouse repellent puppy.
Right here. It's Dennis. Thank you. We got to support Dennis, people. Support our brother. Let's support our brother right here, man. He had this secret business on the side for us when we just found out.
No rats.
So what we need to do is we need to do like one of those OxyClean commercials. It's like Grandpa Gus's 10-pack. But wait,
Right.
there's more.
Awesome. Okay, guys, let me see here. I know RC Rock Pirates, take care, brother. Tank, thank you for stopping by. Let me see here. I miss any question before we start saying our goodbyes.
Has Redcat thought about making an Ascent a 2-speed trans? No. When we offered the 2-speed transmission on the Gen 9, it's something that a lot of people had asked for, but once we did it, we went a little bit aggressive with the 2-speed. So like, I think RC Propaganda has a video of him like going crazy on the 2-speed, and they are pretty quick on 2-speed, but no, there hasn't really been a need for it. I mean, a lot of people thought maybe Dig would be the next thing, but in all honesty, I mean, I own a Vanquish Phoenix with a Dig. I don't use the Dig. It's wasted space for me now. Have a Capra with Dig, same thing. I don't really use that very much either. Yeah, I mean, I would probably use rear steering before I would use, Dig or the 2-speed.
I never used Dig, 2-speed, lock and unlock and stupid thing.
Yeah,
Shifts, low gear. And that's
exactly. And I think, and Dennis, you'll verify once you take that bad boy out with that 20%, you'll need Dig. It will turn on a dime on a rock. It's going to tighten it up quite a bit. To a point where you're going to be like, Dig is not even a thing to think about moving forward,
Yeah, and I've got a Capra and I hardly ever use Dig on it.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll use it just as a novelty, what I'm saying, to do it, but I never
use
find
it
myself
more as a brake on a rock when I'm just there.
Yeah, especially coming down a nice steep incline, lock it up and just slide down,
Yeah. Now I do like the overdrive because my one comp truck, I have Team Garage Hack 2.0 transmission in it with 30%.
Oh, nice.
And it turns really well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. You definitely don't want to run it on carpet. It will cause mayhem on your gears, right? I learned that the hard way. Don't ask me why.
It's really noticeable watching the back tires drag.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And especially if you're on a rock where you have a kind of a peak at the top, if you get that right front tire over and you start banking it, that ass will just kind of just swing right around that rock like nothing, And look, it figures. Reefs RC jumps in after our servo talk, and Sharif, for the record, bro, we're waiting on ASD and Operation 11 Charlie's version 2. So, like, what's up? Where's our version 2? I want a version 2.
Let's do it.
Aren't you wearing the shirt, Oscar?
See, look at that. See, representing, bro. So make sure. And I want to stay for the record. I bought this, and I'm just kidding. I didn't. I steal them from him all the time, but he knows I love him. I love you, Sharif, man. Reefs RC, man. Just
bro.
Great.
We got to go down. He has that new crawler course, that new location that he has out there, man.
Yeah. I'm dying to go out there. Next time I'm in SoCal, I'm going to try and be out there March for a lowrider show. So I'm going to try and make it out a day early and go shake him down and see what
Oscar,
we can.
Tank has a question.
Hexfly. Is your Hexfly by Redcat Torx spec servo 4-pack only 60 degree?
I don't know what they're programmed to, but I mean, I have them on an XR modded truck and it handles that and it maxes it out. So I haven't had any problems at just being stuck at 90. On an XR mod, I'm going way over that. Well, actually, no, I think it's like a 45 or 46 degrees what I'm doing on that. But I don't know, honestly, what they're programmed at. I can try to verify for you and get back to you if you send me a message. I can ask the engineers when we get back. But the way they come is the way they are set up. I have them on an XR mod. I have them on a Gen 9. I have them on a SCX-10 and it was all just part of the testing process for those products to test them out. Not much more to be said than that. I haven't had any limitations with it that were that obvious. But if you are having that issue, you can always reach out to our support team as well. Our support team is available Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Central time, Mountain Standard Time.
Mountain Standard Time. Awesome. I think I posted. Yeah, Frank will know. Posted the website there on the link as well. So good stuff, man. Then that's it, man. Oscar, bro. I think we should start saying our goodbyes, guys. Unless anybody has more questions, feel free. I think 5 more minutes, guys. 5 more minutes, I promise. 5 more minutes, we'll start saying our goodbyes. Man, Oscar, bro. Looking forward to see you again. Always appreciate you hanging out with you and the boys and the family, man. Guess we're gonna have to wait until the summer.
I'm telling you, man, we're gonna have to find a way to make something else happen, bro, because I don't think I can wait a whole year without seeing your face and touching beards with the bearded wonder.
Right.
So we have to figure something out, you know what I'm saying?
We gotta talk because we have a bunch of guys in Arizona, and I know we talked before about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some good stuff is gonna happen, and we cannot talk yet. For Operation Loving Charlie, it's gonna make that possibility to be going out there.
Absolutely. Like I've always mentioned, man, anything I can do to support, I'm always happy to do so. Literally a month from today, I will be going under the knife and having a surgery. So I'm gonna be out for, probably the rest of the year, maybe. But I already have an Element Enduro kit, V2 that I'm going to start building.
Oh, nice.
Nice. I literally, like, remember I told you when I can't be idle. So, I'm already collecting parts. I got a, Castle Creation slate motor and combo over there. I got a Raw 500 that's ready to go in as well. So yeah, we're gonna build something and see what comes up. Usually I'll build everything and then try to find a body that I want to do. But I'm a big hard body junkie. So
yeah,
2 years from now, we're gonna go ahead, Sean. So 2 years from now, we're gonna see Oscar and Mr. Olympia or Mr. Universe. So feel free to
Right. Listen, you don't know how hard it is to get implants, for muscles. It's a long time to heal. No, I'll leave you guys with this. I had a really big scare last year, and I was diagnosed with diabetes, and I got scared, man. I was like, nope, I'm not doing that. So since late December of last year, I gave up soda, I gave up carbs. I didn't look back. I stopped cold turkey, like as if I was a chain smoker, never smoking another cigarette again. I didn't look back. I was at my heaviest 316 pounds. Which isn't a lot to a lot of people, but to me, being 5'9/5'6", that's a lot of weight to carry on these ankles, on cankles, I would say, right? So I've lost. I'm 268 as of today.
Wow.
From 311, slow and steady all year long. And I started a weight loss bariatric program. And this is all coming back to what we were talking about, working on your mental health and working on yourself, right? I got to make myself feel like I love the person that I see every day so that I can be accepting of love and love others as well, right? So I am going to have bariatric surgery. I'm not shy about it. I ain't got nothing to hide to anyone. I'm
Sure.
going to do it because I'm looking for longevity in life. I need to add more years to my life to be around for my kiddos. And I have at least 100 I can probably lose. I don't want to lose more than that because I'm afraid I'm not going to have the chubby charm anymore if I'm not, if I'm not thick, boy, you know what I'm saying? So, just making it happen, man, making good changes for life and eating better. And it's honestly helped my mental stability quite a bit. Going through the program, I had to be cleared, mentally for such surgery. And we found a lot of holes in that bucket. I wasn't retaining a lot of water, so it's been a great process. I failed the program twice. It's a 6-month program.
Wow.
And instead of giving up, I got back on the horse and started over again. And then I failed the second month in. I started over again. And that's why I'm now having surgery in November, because it took that long to get through a 6-month program, but it's going to do great for me. It's going to make me a healthier me, and hopefully in turn, a face that you guys will see around for a lot longer.
Oh, definitely. That's what we want, bro. Definitely. They were prayers for that. Prayers for that, Oscar, man. I think that's
So
it.
eat your greens, guys. I'm telling you right now.
Definitely, bro. It's just, oh man, we gotta change. It's a big change, man, but we have to do it. It's not easy, especially that
and what's funny is I don't miss it. Like at the beginning, the first couple of months, dude, I was suffering. I wanted a burger. I wanted fries. I wanted this, I wanted that. And now I don't miss it. I don't feel like I'm missing out when I go out to eat. I just eat my protein first, get full, veggies second. And if I have room, I might snack on a little bit of carbs at that point. But I mean, we're talking 2-3 bites and I'm full,
Wow. You see Tom there, he had that
Oh
surgery
yeah,
years ago. Wow.
absolutely. Wow. 600. Wow, bro. Congratulations, Tom, man. That's amazing. I love the success stories, and you're going to find people that when you talk about this surgery, people are like, oh, dude, you're just taking the easy way out. I'm like, listen, you know what, man, being the way I am for as long as I've been, to me, I treat it as an illness, you know what I'm saying? And I'm doing something for me. So I really don't care if anyone has any judge. Sorry, go ahead.
I said, fuck them.
Exactly. You got to do
Sorry
you.
for that angle, but
No, you got to do you, and
yeah.
you got to make it happen. So, no one in this life, it's one of those things, people like, what's the divorce rate is astronomical because he or she wasn't making me happy. It's like, well, it's not my wife's purpose to make me happy. I have to make myself happy. And so that I can enjoy the relationship I have with her. That's the way I look at it. Whether it's right, whether it's wrong, I don't know. But you know what? It works for us. 20 years married, 24 years together. So
Amen, bro. Wow, that's awesome, bro. Sweet. That's so
and
healthy.
she still has, I mean, listen, she hasn't kicked me out yet, so I'm okay. Yet. Keyword. But who knows? Maybe after I lose this weight, she's not gonna be able to get rid of me, She'll
Hold
be
on
like,
a second, something
she's
different.
like, Papi Chulo, come here, Oh man.
Awesome, guys. So
Even the Irish guy knows that one.
So let's gonna start saying our goodbyes here real quick. We start with Josh.
Thanks for having me. Great being here. Appreciate the invite. Oscar, great chatting with you and meeting you this way. I've watched some lives, but never got to really chat. So everyone hit the thumbs up on your way out.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, brother Sean.
Everybody, thank you very much for Sean, 11 Charlie, the support that you always show us week in and week out. Without you guys, it just wouldn't be possible. So thank you all for the support, and Javier, brother, thank you for making me a part of it.
Thank you for what you do, bro. What you working on, man? What you getting there?
Just changing a track motor in the dozer.
Gotcha.
It's crazy to change the motor. You have to like take the track off. See all of these planetary gears.
Oh
You have to take all of these planetary gears out just to get the freaking motor out. It's like crazy.
Gee, sweet. Dennis.
Javier, thanks for having me on. It's always a good time hanging out with you guys. And thanks for bringing me into the family. Really appreciate it. Oscar, was nice meeting you, nice chatting with you. Thanks for the tip on the gears. I can't wait to get that out, do some trailing with it.
Absolutely, man. You're gonna love that thing. I'm telling you, once those overdrive gears, it's a whole nother beast, man. I'm excited for you.
Awesome. At least I got the wheel, so the rig will come. It's gonna be my Christmas present. Say Roy has a question. Best bang for the buck family crawler available. Hey, accent, right?
I think right now, lots of options out there, but I mean, a sub $300 rig with the options that are on it, I would definitely venture to say. And listen, yeah, I work there, so obviously it could sound that I'm pushy on it, but I just don't think right now at this moment there's a product for the $300 mark that comes with what it comes, and then it still allows you to spend a couple hundred if you wanted to grow by changing wheels and tires and maybe electronics in the future as well. Everything else would work great hand in hand in that way.
Awesome. So Oscar, it's your turn to say goodbye, brother.
It's so hard to say goodbye to what? Ooh, I'm just kidding. All right. No, guys, thank you guys so very much for having me on your show. It's always a pleasure. It's always a blessing. Just to be able to hang out with you guys and be in the same, area and congregate with such amazing, like-minded people that I truly, fully support 100% you guys' mission. So thank you everyone that came and watched. I hope I didn't bore you at all, and I hope my silliness didn't get to you, but if it did, I don't care. Enjoy yoursels. But no, but at the same time, man, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for having me on behalf of the entire ASD squad in Redcat. We just appreciate the support, and we look forward to what 2024 is going to bring for everyone.
Cannot wait, brother. You guys are always welcome here anytime, brother. You're part of the family. We always appreciate you very much. Brother, stay here, Oscar, so we can say a proper goodbye in the after show. Guys in the chat, thank you so much for the support. We had I don't remember events that we have. Any events that we have, guys, to mention? I know we have down in Utah, St. George area. We had the oh my God, the event that we went last year, Sean. You remember?
Oh, that coming up, the desert racing.
Yeah, the battle.
Yeah, what?
We have more information. My bad. I always forget about it. But it's gonna be in the Veterans Day weekend out there in St. George. It's Sky RC, Cody May, and the boys out there is doing another event for another nonprofit to support. So it's Battle of the Beach down in San Hollow. Bro, that's a beautiful area, Oscar. Bro, down there.
There's so many areas across the U.S. that I'm just dying to visit.
Thank you, Angie. So yeah, Battle of the Beach at the beach 3. So it's gonna be at that weekend of Veterans Day weekend. So let's support them. Just amazing event, amazing people.
And if I may, just 1 second to answer Tom. Yeah, Tom says, Oscar, if you could, if I could message me a few things. Yeah, Tom, reach out to me on Facebook or Instagram. You can find me on Instagram under King_Big_O, or actually just King Big O, or ASD Crawlers _RC, or you can find me on Facebook as well. I'm always eager to talk to folks that have gone through the surgery and can share some light on their experience. So I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you, brother. Thank you for that. I appreciate it, King. Tom. Thank you so much, brother. Again, thank you guys. And next Monday we'll have Rock Pirates family here in the chat, and so thank you for stopping by, and we'll see you next Monday. Peace. Be safe out there. Awesome. We should be